it's one of those things you got to kind of see it to believe it sometimes. But check this out. It says the Salvation Army wants its white donors to give more than just money this Christmas season. Christian-based, allegedly, let's call it the alleged Christian-based organization, because after you hear this, you're going to realize that they're really not the Christian organization that they claim to be. It says demanding that they apologize for being racist. But what it's saying is they're talking about white people, specifically to apologize to blacks. It says, in embracing the ideas of Black Lives Matter, the Salvation Army seemingly embracing extremist views of that activism organization that include, among other things, dismantle white privilege and disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure. It says the Salvation Army's Alexandria-based leadership has created an international social justice commission. It says, which has developed and released a resource to educate, quote, white donors, volunteers, and employees called Let's Talk About Racism, end quote. It asserts Christianity is institutionally racist, calling white Christians to repent and offer a sincere apology to black people for being antagonistic to black people or the culture, values, and interests of the black community, as reported by Central Nova News, another publication. But anyway, it says many have come to believe that we live in a post-racial society, but racism is very real for our brothers and sisters who are refused jobs and housing, denied basic rights, brutalized and oppressed simply because of the color of their skin. One lesson explains there is an urgent need for Christians to evaluate racist attitudes and practices in light of our faith and live faithfully in today's world. Oh my God. It goes on to say that the Salvation Army authors, right, more than one author, and by the reference brothers and sisters, I'm assuming the person who wrote this is not white. Anyway, does it matter? Yeah, kind of, sort of, not really. I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. But it says that the subtle nature of racism is such that people who are not consciously racist easily function with the privileges, empowerment, and benefit of a dominant ethnicity, thus unintentionally perpetuating injustice, it says. Sunday school curriculum that uses only white photography and imagery is an example given that perpetuates injustice. It goes on to say that we must stop denying the existence of individual systemic institutional racism. They exist and are at work to keep white Americans in power. The Salvation Army was founded in 1865 with both Protestant Christian Church and international charitable organization, and its first red kettle was set up in Oakland, California in 1891. The National Advisory Board members include Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones and Chick-fil-A Foundation President Rodney Bullard. So yeah, this is crazy. Like I said, this was posted on lawofficer.com. You guys can check it out. Yeah, I think this is crazy because this is like this woke stuff that really is really about targeting not just white America, but Caucasian people in general. Like, if somebody called me a white boy, I would kind of be offended, and I have been offended, right? I'm Italian. Am I American? Yeah. Am I Caucasian looking? Kind of. I'm not really white. I'm more like tan and peach color. So, not really white. But the point I'm trying to make is that it doesn't really matter, but to these people it matters because what they're doing is going on the offensive on this attack to be able to say, hey, look, here we've got a situation where we have individuals, and society as a whole designed to keep white people in power, and all of a sudden it's basically telling white people to repent and apologize to black people for being racist, whether you realize it or not. That's a pretty amazing claim. It's the audacity of Salvation Army. I mean, who the hell does the Salvation Army think they are? To first of all, demand an apology and tell white people, tell the white race worldwide. I mean, they're talking to America probably specifically, right? But obviously it's not limited to just America, but obviously that's who their target audience is that they're speaking to. For me personally, I will never put money in one of those red buckets probably ever again. I can't say never, but I'm going to say probably never. How outrageous and the nerve of them. As a matter of fact, the very racism and systemic racism that they are making accusations, I mean, essentially is the same type of racism. The racism that they're preaching about to be against is basically the same racism that they're actually responsible for, perpetuating something that is not uniting America. It's not uniting the globe. It's actually dividing people, and not in a good way, dividing people. Do y'all remember this? Earlier this year, I did a video about Coca-Cola telling people to be less white. This is not a joke. This is an actual real advertisement. You guys can go back and check my video, look it up. I was going to say, this kind of reminds me of the same type of thing. They're claiming to not be racist, but their whole premise is racist. Salvation Army demanding that white people apologize because that white people are inherently systemically racist. Subconsciously racist is what it talks about in this article. And you go back through and you look over here and it says the International Social Justice Commission, right? And you look at that and you think to yourself, what in the world is that? So yeah, people need to know this. Please like, share, and get this out there. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think about this, and I'll check you all in the next video.